man.
Holy shit. Alright, let's let's go live.
We have masks on at work. I had shaved. I have a mustache. Nobody saw it. And during lunchtime, I took my mask off to eat. And I thought, oh Jesus, you had that mustache under that mask the whole time? Well, yeah.
No, you should have said, what happened to my beard?
I'm doing my best Poirot impression. That's what this is. I just happen to be wearing a Mario costume.
If you had a black suit and a cape on and a top hat, would you be tying your wife to train tracks?
Oh man, I do.
We are officially live.
I do make teaching materials and twist my mustache as I do it sometimes at work. And I've gotten stares like, what do you like? No, it feels right. It feels right to do.
Do you do it with a maniacal laugh every now and then?
I probably have if I'm making something ridiculous, I probably have a weird smile on my face, but a creepy smile, and I don't know it until someone tells me.
He's tried very hard to be Mario, but we've established that he is actually Wario.
Yeah.
I think Rafa might do it.
Well, if he gets his shit together, I swore again. Too early. Damn.
Well, you know what?
Harder than it should be.
The YouTube algorithm is fucked. Thanks to Keith.
Yeah.
Give us the intro, my friend.
I apologise, everybody. Hello, we are PixelPints. We are the only global podcast that talks about two things that we enjoy, which is good beer and video games. We're not here to promote drinking. Please drink responsibly. Any beers or brews you might talk about aren't sponsoring us because we don't have enough followers on Instagram. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, we are Pixel Pints Pod, and I'll be posting some beer reviews later on with my Halloween-themed beers. I've got one from Weird Beard Brewing, and I've got a beer called Ride the Lightning. Also a great song by Metallica on a great album.
Yes, it is.
And the other one I've got from Anarchy Brewing. So all kind of Halloween themed. And then the last one's from my nearly 35 quid's worth of beer shop. We'll go around the room quickly, but there was a chance that Matt wasn't going to be here, so I was going to do Matt's intro on his behalf.
Yeah.
The weather in Las Vegas right now is 14 degrees Celsius. Thank you very much.
Sounds about right. I don't have my phone with me, so I'm going to say that's okay. Yes, that's accurate.
Wario, how are you?
It's me, Mario. Wahoo.
Wahoo!
How many moons
I'm going
have
into
you
very
collected
specific. Well, this is what happened. I got all 999 power moons. This is a post 999 power moons, Mushroom Kingdom and Peach saved Bowser dead world where the whole meaning of my life has passed. I'm sitting on a load of coins with nothing to spend, and I'm basically have nothing to live for. And all I do is sit around and drink and reminisce the times where I was saving Princess Peach. And what you see here is actually an M, but this is how a post-Kingdom saved Mario sees himself, kind of like an imposter syndrome. When he's in the darkest of depressions, like, am I the villain? You know, you die the hero or live long enough to become Wario?
I think we already sorted out the fact that you are, because you go around murdering in the Mushroom Kingdom.
That's right. Yeah. Oh! They have yellow curtains in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Okay, that's enough of that shit. Dan, how's things with you?
No, it's me! You know? It's good. Well, morning here. Yeah, good. Just waiting for my child to arrive. My wife to go into labour, so that's a bit stressful.
Is that soon?
Any day, really. Could be right now. I could run away from you at any moment and say, "Sorry, guys, I've got to go." To
Oh
the
man,
hospital."
that's
No,
like
it's,
terrifying and
fun.
exciting.
Yep. But
Hey,
apart from that, just been playing.
does anyone? I kind of need a bottle cap. Does anyone have a? Oh, here we go. Oh, what do we have here? It's not just coins in the Mushroom Kingdom anymore. Like, sorry.
So for anyone slightly confused by all this random crap going on, this is our Halloween episode. Happy Halloween. Minus 1 point for everyone for not asking how I am.
Oh, man.
How are you?
And there will be. It's too late.
Because you weren't dressed
can't-
up, Keith. It confused her.
I've got a special theme for the quiz. But before then, as Mary Shelley once wrote, hold on to your butts, people, because I'm going to put up the scariest background that you have ever seen.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
Me too.
Shout out to Dim Digital.
Oh my! With a Coors
With
Light.
the Coors.
No
Oh
less.
my god. The only thing worse is Michelob Ultra, which is what I'm drinking right now.
What's going on?
I'm
Oh,
I'm not sure. I'm
already.
not sure I'm going to be able to do this for the whole episode with.
I'm not going to pay. I'm not paying attention to what anyone's saying. I'm just
Right.
staring at that picture behind you.
Right. Are we waiting for someone to come on? I'm just going to start the quiz because
Just go for it, yeah. I don't know if Mikey's
Are we doing-
joining us or not.
Are we doing beers, or are we going to do that after the quiz?
after the quiz.
Okay.
So, bear with me 1 second. I need to get my quiz outfit on.
Oh, I can't wait.
Nice.
I love
It's
it.
good.
Yes, I love it.
But now
Those-
the Face ID won't work on my phone.
It's the whole point, right?
Those. The quizmaster has donned pumpkin glasses.
Pumpkin glasses.
Kind of looks like I'm getting a Tim Burton Willy Wonka-esque vibe off of those pumpkin glasses.
The Pumpkin King.
Has grown so tired of the same.
Right. So, because we have uneven teams, Dan will be joining both teams. Dan previously has been part of Team Devon, which shouldn't really be called that because Evan's the team captain and not Dan. But we'll go with it. So, Dan, I'm hoping that you won't purposely try and tank Matt's questions.
Yeah, you have to promise that you win no matter the cost.
Monster Dan will do his best.
Yeah, put the mask on when you're consulting Matt.
Okay, so
Oh shit, we got Rafa.
Oh wait, we might not have to. We have someone coming from inside the Matrix to help out Berkough, Team Berkough. Oh, what's going on?
Wow, they've all arrived.
Oh, the cavalry has
Floodgates
come
open.
over the hill. Helm's Deep is saved.
it's like a raid on Twitch.
Holy shit! No one told me that Keanu Reeves was dropping in to apologize for the delay to December 10th of Cyberpunk 2077. I'm looking
Right.
forward to that.
Okay, so can I take it from people's reactions that you both can hear us?
Yes.
Michael?
Let's just hope that we can hear them as well.
No, we can't hear Michael.
Go ahead, Mike. I don't think Mikey's talking though. I think he's just making symbols.
Okay, so I'm going to start with
Yeah, tells you. Yeah, thumbs
I'm
up.
glad he's staying in character, by the way.
I'm going to start
That's
with
class.
Evan's questions to Team Devon.
Okay.
And Evan, you are on 63 points, Matt's on 60.
Okay.
Question 1. Red Dead Redemption had a zombie mode DLC. What was it called?
Wait, who's on my team?
You and Dan.
Isn't it called Undead Nightmare?
Undead Nightmare. Yeah.
It was called Undead Nightmare. 2 points.
The reason
Really
I know
good. Really
I
good
knew
DLC,
that.
by the way.
I knew that.
Evan, the reason why I knew that was because I was living in Shanghai at the time, and I bought my Red Dead from Asia. But I had a UK account, so I bought the DLC 4 times, and I was there like really young. I was there like
So
12
you just
or 13.
you
Couldn't
saw it
work
4
out
times.
why it wouldn't work, and then realised that it was because of the disc.
That's what happened to me and Spider-Man. Yeah. All right.
Okay, which game studio has made first-person survival horror games Amnesia, Soma, and Penumbra?
Oh, fuck.
Matt, this isn't your question. I'm doing all of Evan's questions, then all of yours.
All right, thank God.
I feel bad, Dan, because everyone's been talking
actually
about
didn't
this
hear the
all week on
question,
the podcast.
Because I didn't hear anything because I was trying to reply to Rafa in the chat. So what was the question?
Which game studio has made the first-person survival horror games Amnesia, Soma, and Penumbra?
I don't know, Dan. They talked about it on all the podcasts this week because Amnesia, whatever the new game is, Ascension, that came out. I don't know. Do you know?
Nope.
All right. Sorry.
Okay, no points. Keanu Reeves, do you know what it was? It was Frictional Games.
Mikey using the hand signals.
Yeah, you have to watch the video version for that, for sure.
Okay, question 3. Fatal Frame was released under a different name when it was released in Europe. What was it called?
You got to help me out with this, Dan. In Japan, I'm pretty sure it was called Zero. Fatal Frame.
It was also called Fatal Frame in the UK, but it had a different name in mainland Europe.
In mainland Europe, okay.
That doesn't need fucking help.
It's gonna be 0 or 0 something. I know, but I can't recall if it was just 0. It's like 0. Shit. Not with very little confidence. 0.
Because your stream went funny for a second, it said like you said 0 with about 7 no's. It's close, but I'm not going to give it to you. It was Project Zero.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called in Japan too. I should have known.
No,
that.
it's just called Zero in Japan. I did my research for the
Okay.
quiz.
Yeah, I didn't know it was called Project Zero. No, I don't deserve that or a point.
Okay, last question for Team
5.
Devon. Released in 2005, Fear was a first-person horror shooter, but what does the acronym Fear stand for?
Oh, fuck me. That's just for...
Oh, Mikey already knows this one. He's very excited.
That game was actually pretty cool with a lot of the fear elements, how they put it into the game when you're walking through places and chairs would fly. It was, this is bad. Full.
I love the charades going on.
Execution, alternate reality. I don't know.
That's actually not a bad...
Fighting.
I might just give you a point for creativity.
Right.
I don't know. What is it?
So Keanu Reeves has got it right. It's First Encounter Assault Recon.
First Encounter Assault Recon. All right. Thanks, Mikey. I appreciate it. I'm not good at.
I wouldn't have got that from the
dictionary.
charades.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Charades.
So that's one question out of 4. So you're on 65 now.
Ouch.
Evan.
Ouch. Okay, that's all right. Matt, good luck.
Swapping over to Matt's team. And Dan, please help out, but don't try and scupper Matt's score. Let's see if you can claw some points back from not cheating this time. First-person survival horror game Outlast was developed by which studio?
Oh, I don't fucking know, dude.
That's incorrect. It's Red Barrels.
I would.
Which classic novel set in hell was the source of inspiration for a third-person hack-and-slash game by Visceral Games?
Dante's Inferno.
Is correct.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
Which famous?
the gritty reboot.
This is just how it came out because I did it. This is probably slightly unfair because I know Matt's played this game, but he's still got to get it right. Which famous actress starred as the main character in Supermassive Games' Hidden Agenda?
Hayden Panettiere?
No, that's Until Dawn. It was Katie Cassidy.
All right, okay.
All right.
Right. So EA has buried a number of developers in the car park behind its head office. How many studios have been permanently closed or disbanded after being purchased by EA?
7?
107.
Yeah, what is that? I'm gonna go with wait, hold on. 27?
Can you hear me out now?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Fine.
So Michael, you can join in on this question. EA has buried a number of developers in the car park behind its head office. How many studios have been permanently closed or disbanded after being purchased by EA?
Cool. I wouldn't know a number.
Too many to mention.
Well, Keanu Reeves thinks it's 124 or something. So
I think it's 10.
I think it's 27.
it's unlucky for some, number 13.
Wow. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I would have gotten a bit lower.
Oh, so plus minus
very
0 in
unlucky
terms
for
of
EA.
rankings.
I figured they would have buried way more than 13.
I was trying to say 17, Greg.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay, and I've got some more points can be scored later on in the show because I've got a bit of a fun round after we've done beers and started talking about the topic a little bit.
All right.
Or just to introduce the topic, actually. I'm just going to kind of revert back to my human form.
Oh, he's back. Wow, you were gone for a while.
Oh my god!
And scare everyone again.
I love it.
Be careful what you post online, people, because someone might take it and use it on a Zoom call.
Right. It might be a Tennessee
Right.
Titans fan.
Like, maybe. Right, the beers.
Who's got beers? I have a beer. Well, actually, I have a beer, but I'm actually drinking Island Wheat Ale 312 Light Lemon Aroma, which is really good, and then the Goose Island IPA, which is also very good. But I saw this in the store, and because it is Halloween night in Japan, at least. What an ugly can! The name. This is by Asahi. It's called Cocktail Partner. The orange pirouette. Pirouette?
Wow. All right.
Clown, right? That's
Yeah, it looks like a clown.
what it's in rum. But it says there's only 1% orange in it. So it's the stupid Halloween themed limited time, as it says, cocktail. Look at how ugly that is hideous. Orange and rum, they say, but only 1% juice. So I'll drink it out of this wedding gift, a Tiffany crystal glass. Seems appropriate.
Only if you
It
can
pours
pour
a
it properly.
pea yellow, but not too bad. Like I'd be confident with taking this to the doctors and not feeling bad about whatever the salt content and all those other things are. It smells like an orange popsicle, and it's highly carbonated. Those bubbles almost made me choke. It tastes like an orange popsicle. Apparently there's rum in here, but this is actually severely disappointing. I'll stick to my Goose Island IPA, which is actually quite delicious.
And I'll translate for people. Popsicle is an
Sorry, that
ice
wasn't-
lolly.
An ice lolly.
Yeah, nice lolly.
Wow.
So
Oh, this is only 3%.
Goose Island is basically the Budweiser of IPAs. Tonight I have an Arrogant Bastard Ale. This is
I should be drinking that.
This is 6 of 6. So cheers to everybody that's watching and listening tonight.
That's
Well,
Arrogant
you
Bastard.
have a real beer.
Yeah.
Arrogant Bastard sounds like something I should drink. What is it?
It's a strong ale. It's 7.2% alcohol by volume.
Proper sesh beer, brah.
Yeah, proper session beer. I'm trying to think, like, this is kind of like a mix between a really heavy stout and a brown ale.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of just put me off. That's probably a good thing at 7.2%, and it being 24 minutes past 8 in the morning.
It's true.
Right, let's get on to the topic, which is video game nightmare fuel. Now, this can mean lots of different things to different people, and I'm going to open it up with a bit of fun. So, for some of the people on as part of the PixelPints crew,
Keanu Reeves is a beer.
Keanu Reeves, Officer Kinky Thompson Pale Ale.
Nice.
That's a good name. Keanu Reeves only drinks the best and the coolest named pale ales. That's how it works.
He's just chugging the whole can.
I don't care. Keanu Reeves don't
Does he
care.
care?
So, Keanu, after how many beers did it take before you started designing your own motorcycles? 3. Okay.
3 beers.
Oh, sorry about that. OTABS' aftershave was making me sneeze. Right, so to introduce this, there's a bit of fun. Points will be awarded for comedy value, and we'll go team by team. So I've put together some video game nightmare fuel for people.
Okay.
Would anyone like to guess what I put down for Matt is video game nightmare fuel?
Oh, this is interesting.
So this is what Matt an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Video game related.
Playing Bloodborne.
Socialism Simulator. Zone 21.
Simulator.
Even if Keith doesn't give you points, I do.
It's good. It's good, but it's not right because Socialism Simulator implies that there might be some RPG elements in it.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
Matt's video game nightmare fuel is that all games have preset characters with no character creation or RPG elements.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is so
exactly.
true. That is so true, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, I've done one. I've done one for Mitch. Would anyone like to have a guess at what Mitch's video game
Sure.
nightmare fuel might be?
Yeah.
It
An
just-
Go for it.
Xbox
Go for it,
first
Rafa.
party game.
Bitch.
Oh no, I was eager to find out. Okay. I wouldn't
An
know.
Xbox, an Xbox first party game or anything to do with Xbox.
It's Xbox first party, and yes, it is a party game. So yeah, other people have to join.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's wrong. It's that all Resident Evil games, future and previous, have all been removed from all stores, and everyone is blocked from playing using DRM.
It's pretty bad.
Right, I've done one for Dan. Would anyone like to have a guess at Dan's? Dan, would you like to have a guess at your own video game nightmare fuel?
Oh, I've no idea. Something to do with I don't know.
I'd say. I'll go. Sorry, go ahead, Dan. Zero Nightmare Fuel.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
He complains about games, but I can make an average.
I think he wakes up to find out that games for the newest generation of consoles are actually 90 pounds, and he's gonna lose his shit.
Yeah.
That they're so expensive.
That's so true.
It's nearly there. So I might give you 1 point, Evan. But the actual video game Nightmare Fuel is that Dan's newborn is better at games than he is.
That is a big fear.
Wait, how is that nearly there?
Because they had some comedy value.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll take it.
Okay, Evan, would you like to have
Sorry,
a guess at your...
Keanu Reeves is trying to say something. I don't know what it is.
I think he was saying that they weren't near at all because one thing can't eat the other thing. That's kind of what I got from it. Yeah, he agrees.
Mine. Well, it has to do with I wake up and find out that games are all now online competitive multiplayers.
Yes.
Yeah, no, what I would say is they're all online multiplayers, but they're all first-person shooter online multiplayers. Because he's
horrible.
He is playing Ghost of Tsushima. So.
See, it would have been that
Right.
until I heard that you were excited about playing the raids on Ghost of Tsushima Legends.
Well, yeah, I mean, I want to play with my friend, like an excuse to play with you guys, because give me something that's not absolute regurgitated crap. And also, it is Ghost of Tsushima, which started out as a single-player game and had an addition put on later. So I still kind of feel like I'm just playing with you guys at the same time. So I don't know. I'll give it a pass as much as I can. I don't know. What's my nightmare gamer fueled by Mountain Dew?
Only ever being able to replay Final Fantasy 15 through to Platinum Trophy completion.
That's not a nightmare for him. That's fucking bliss.
No, it's like some sort of limbo graduation that would eventually drive me mad. Like, hey, this is pretty good, and then someone calculates how long Bill Murray actually. What was it like? How long was it? Like 1,000? Like I don't remember what it was, but it was like 300, 400 years. Technically, he was stuck in Groundhog Day before he got out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And last one, I've got one for Rafa.
Oh.
So would you like to guess what your video game Nightmare Fuel is?
All games are Souls-like and roguelike, and I can play none of them.
Oh,
All
it's got to be
turnips.
something about like he wakes
All
up
turnips all
and
the
Rockstar never.
Oh yeah.
He wakes up and
Don't
Rockstar
Oh,
never
Jesus,
makes
no.
a GTA game again, or something like that.
Oh
Do
shit!
you know what, Evan? I'm going to give you some points for that because it's very close. It's Rafa's video game Nightmare Fuel is that GTA 5 isn't released on Generation 10 consoles.
Oh, don't do that to me.
So I'm going to give you a point for that one.
They're not released on Generation 10, and he can't do a turnips. He can't farm turnips.
Right.
Horrible
so
stuff we just talked about.
And so we are going to talk about video game Nightmare Fuel. If anyone would like to go first, I'd really like to hear from Keanu about his thoughts. Is it that your video game Nightmare Fuel is that Cyberpunk 2077 actually will just never get released? It will just have its release date extended in perpetuity?
No, actually, because I'm in it. I've already had enough cyberpunk to quell my thirst. My nightmare fuel is that it does come out, because then I will never get to play any other video game again.
It's a solid answer. I expect nothing less from Keanu Reeves to be.
I'm trying to remember what someone shouted at E3. I can't remember what it was.
No,
You're
beautiful.
You're breathtaking.
Breathtaking.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Was it that? And then he answered with, "No, you're breathtaking."
No, you're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking.
No,
No,
it's
you're
breathtaking,
breathtaking.
not beautiful. You're
No,
right.
I said cyberpunk.
So
Retroactive.
what this iteration of what's going on? If someone were to say to me, "You're breathtaking," I'd say, "Are you trying to asphyxiate me?"
Yeah.
I like it.
I could see why someone would want to do that to you.
Like, Keanu Reeves? That was a bit uncalled for. I don't know, man.
It's pretty dark.
He speaks the truth.
Hey,
World of cyberpunk is not as sunshiny as Ted Theodore Logan.
Oh, I get it, you guys. He's doing his best Daniel Day-Lewis. He's staying in character, no matter what. The game's gone gold, but Keanu Reeves doesn't care. He will not break out of character until it's released.
I drink your
Oh,
beer
He
shake.
delayed the game till December 10th.
I drink it up.
So he's, yeah, I drink your milkshake, and this is my son, GW. He's staying in character until December 10th. This is great.
I stay in character until I need to.
okay.
He's gonna join a band and start building motorcycles. That's staying character.
Check.
Would anyone actually like to contribute to this discussion in a constructive manner?
Gamer
Sure,
Network.
I was thinking of something.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead, Rafa.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Matt,
something really
you started
basic.
talking over him. You got to follow through with it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't talk over Rafa. I'm just gonna let him have it.
It's something really basic, but we all frown when it's that thing when games like acknowledge the fact that they have this tedious mechanic in them. Like, oh, now you're going to have to do this 3 times. It's boring, but you have to do it because it's a video game. Or those games
That's a good one.
when you don't have to, like, you're used to the idea that, okay, I see what this mission is about. I'll do it for 3 times, then I'm sure a cutscene will pop out, or there'll be a checkpoint. But no, you have to do it like some random number of times, like 5 times or 7 times.
Okay.
And you're like,
I'm just going to leave
what's
you with
going on?
OTAPs for a minute.
He said,
Yeah.
I can't focus.
Oh,
So for a first entry, that
his
that would
background
be
is scary.
a suggestion for gaming nightmare fuel.
Rafa, I feel for that. Specifically in Nintendo games where you get into a boss battle, and before you even start, you know that you're going to have to button 3 times. And I know three is a magic number. Schoolhouse Rock taught us all that, or at least in the States. But it is just that why does it have to be 3 times?
Did
Why
he
do we have to
contribute
keep
anything
doing it
to the
over?
conversation whilst I was away?
No, he's just sitting there holding up that fucking Cooler's Light. I'm actually quite
Useless
like,
bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting
Product
getting
placement.
warm. Nobody
Sounded
likes
like
warm
you
shitty
said-
beer.
Coolers light.
Yeah, it like the thing where it's they just copy paste things several times, and they do it to keep you busy and not necessarily change anything up. But we need to add more, or this boss has to be hit 3 times, or something like that. And
Yeah.
the worst cases are in Zelda or Mario games, where you can see it before it even happens. So yeah, I wish they would kind of get rid of thinking they have to do that, and especially
The-
Nintendo.
the games that get away the most with this sort of design are those that are like really physics based, where sure you have to do it 3 times, but each time it will be different because you cannot possibly do it the same all 3 times. So that's where it gets a bit different. But when everything is on rails and you have to do that exact thing 3 times and watch all those exact that exact animation 3 times, that's when it gets tedious.
Yeah, I would hate to play a game where it's just 100% fetch quest.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Talking about Death Stranding?
It might as well be.
Why? Wait, I don't.
Kojima is a god.
Thank God we don't have a lot of followers, because if Nintendo heard what I just said, I might be out of a job.
Your friend now from Nintendo doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
You
They
know,
actually canceled our most recent lesson, so we'll see what happens after that.
honestly,
Well,
like
I'm
in terms of like video game nightmares, the one game that has given me nightmares legitimately is Silent Hill 4: The Room.
Oh man, yeah, Silent Hill 4 is great. I love that game. It didn't get the praise that it deserved when it came out.
Phenomenal fucking game, but it legitimately like scared the shit out of me.
It's creepy. It's creepy as like, what specifically was unsettling about it?
Everything. So like the first time that you go into the other world and you like see that guy and you have to like retreat to the bathroom, you're like, is this what I'm really supposed to do? Like retreat to the bathroom? You know?
Was that in the game or you in real life because you were so scared you were going to shit yourself?
It's both. It is in the game and it's in real life. You do feel like you're going to shit yourself. No, but like Silent Hill 4: The Room is like crazy. Like
It's a pretty wild story, yeah.
it really is. And like you feel for Harry because he's not that crazy. But he's that crazy because you're stuck in this room. You know what I mean?
Well, also, he's an unwilling participant because at least in the first 2 games and even in the third, they go to Silent Hill to find something, whereas Harry just happens to, or not Harry, but the main character in 4 just happens to live into an apartment where something happened years ago that he has nothing to do with, and he's pulled into it because of that, which would be fucking horrible. And you know what? Keanu Reeves looks suspiciously like the main antagonist of Silent Hill 4, minus the giant, like, jumper, or not jumper, but he's got, like, a long kind of trench coat-esque winter coat on. Looks very similar to the guy who was in the cult in Silent Hill 4.
Yeah.
Oh, man. See, that's it. I mean, Keanu Reeves, he looks suspiciously like Bowser as well. I mean, he can fit any role. That guy can just slide it. Much like Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm seeing a lot of threads connected here.
Also, the dude. Also,
yes.
Also,
I see it.
The deposed king of Asgard.
Yeah. No, it's not 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon anymore. It's 6 degrees of Keanu Reeves for acting.
Did someone say bacon?
No, well, I'd say what a nightmare-ish game for me.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had 2 different costumes, but like your mask is flipped up and it's acting like a wig. Like a really bad hairline. Like if you flip the mask back up, I thought you were using a wig as something. Never mind. Continue.
It's like my ginger hair. You like it? The freakiest game I played when I can't remember how it was the original Dead Space. Just the walking down those corridors, waiting for those jump scares you know were coming, but you didn't know when. That always stuck with me. That's something I was like, shit. Sadly, the second and third game were a waste of time, but the first game was very good.
Oh, I wouldn't say all that. I thought
Well,
the second game.
The second game was alright, but it wasn't as good. I think because you knew what to expect in the second game, it wasn't as effective. I don't know.
With the necromorphs and how to dismember them and stuff. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And you probably now you're into multiplayer games. You're going to go back and play the third one and love it now, aren't you?
Yeah. I actually like the third game a lot. I think the ending is absolutely preposterous, but the gate, at least I guess the Ghost of Tsushima, those Tori gates were the gateway drug into online multiplayer, and now I can't get enough.
There were a couple of games that I know affected my dreamings and stuff like that because I would always sneak in and watch my older cousin play different games and stuff like that. And so what happened one time, I was watching him play some of the middle parts of Resident Evil 4, and he said, "Oh yeah, it's some like if you want to go play this game, sure." And then I was like, "All right, cool." And so one night, I was staying over at their house, and I don't know why it was so late, but I couldn't sleep or whatever, and he was out of the house, so I went to his room, and it was 2:30 in the morning, and I started Resident Evil 4, and so I had seen like some of the stuff in the middle, like maybe around I don't know the lake or some other stuff like that, but so this is the first time I'd played any Resident Evil game alone.
Oh, really?
And it was 2:30 in the morning, and so I'm going through like first of all, it's late at night, so I don't want to wake anyone else up, and so I'm already kind of like on edge and kind of like is he gonna come home and like want his bedroom back like at 3 in the morning or whatever. So I'm playing through Resident Evil 4, and I'm going through the village, and like I'm just like on edge the whole time or whatever, and I get to that one shed that you turn the corner, and there is the corpse of a woman pinned to the wall by the neck with a pitchfork, but the head is missing. And I'm just like, nope. Pause, turn the game off. And like, I was just like, this is the wrong place, wrong time to begin this. And I turned that off and went and played like, I don't know, Commander Keen on the Game Boy or something like that till I fell asleep.
Does anybody have any fond memories of playing Resident Evil 7 at all?
I have a fond memory of wanting to install it and play it. I own it.
I own it as well. I've only played the first hour.
Because like
I didn't play it.
The very beginning.
I was waiting for them to. The very
beginning of the demo is pretty fucking scary, especially going through the kitchen.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that demo was amazing. I played through it like 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was to be honest, I wasn't dilly-daddling because of waiting for anything. I was actually waiting for them to, finally a year later say, okay, now it actually has Rift support for the VR.
Oh my gosh.
Because I do have a Rift. I don't have a PSVR. And then they're just like, nah. And I'm like,
okay.
Come on, like you're not exclusive to PlayStation. Why'd you have to make the VR exclusive?
Right.
I'm sure there must be a mod.
There are some workarounds, but it's not like, oh, here's our official like Rift pack.
Yeah.
Go play.
I'm curious.
That is a good one.
Keith, what is your what are your scarier moments?
Well, I've got a few. So I think the main one would be that no one else ever appreciates Thronebreaker: The Witcher Tales as much as I do.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a constant nightmare.
Wake up every day hoping you're gonna pull one more person into play. Just does not happen.
He has a counter.
It's got a good story, and some of the characters.
I like how he just
interesting choices.
He fucking wedged that in there just so he could talk about it in hopes that he brings one of us in on this episode. But continue, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I think the main one that is going to be that on N7 Day, EA's announcement isn't going to be a remaster of the original Mass Effect trilogy. is actually going to be they're announcing a Mass Effect movie starring Mila Djokovic.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that is pretty bad.
That could
is pretty
happen.
nightmarish.
That could definitely fucking happen though.
That's why it's scary, because it's possible.
Yeah.
And then whatever, the bad Paul Anderson is the hack. Paul Anderson is directing it.
Yeah, I don't really play that many horror games. Have got a few jump scares off of playing Man of Medan recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Good
what about Man of Medan? Because I didn't fucking get into that, and part of the reason
I did. I really like it.
All right, you guys.
I've heard as well that
you guys need to talk it up because I had a hard time getting into it.
Can I talk about Until Dawn first?
Yes,
absolutely. Well, we can talk about Until Dawn as long as we want because that game is freaking awesome.
Talk about Until Dawn, because Until Dawn's amazing, but don't give any spoilers away from Man of Medan because I still want to play it.
I won't. Until Dawn, I loved up until the last 15 minutes or whatever towards the end of the game when you found out who the baddie, like who the evil things were, and I was just like, oh. It like built me up.
I love that.
Like, I didn't need to see them. Oh, I wasn't a big fan of them. I was like, oh, really? I was like, I felt like it ruined the game for me a little bit because I was like, oh.
I think it's horribly tragic.
It seems like from the couple I've seen is that it is a story choice, an aesthetic choice, and other stuff like that, or a strategic choice for how they end those games. And so I do see some people complain about how they feel that I forget which studio puts them out, but
Supermassive Games.
Supermassive
games, yeah.
That they kind of stumble at the end, but it definitely was a choice. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Like the end of I'm not going to spoil it, but of the one that I think came out today, Little Hope.
Yep.
Yeah.
Released yesterday.
I haven't seen that. I haven't played that yet. It released yesterday. Yeah.
Yep.
What I would say is that I also played with a group of like 6 of us, or 4 of us, or 5 of us.
That would be fun.
The last one I played with 3 of us, and that was really good fun because we just character passed. Was that the character?
Sure.
Which was really good fun, and that made it a bit more interesting. And then you're like just watching them play, so then it kind of adds to the atmosphere because you've got people jumping and you're like, while you're trying to control them. It actually adds to the whole gaming experience. I don't know if I'm going to play Little Hope by myself. If I could find someone to play with, but the problem with the lockdown at the moment, I have to find someone online to play with, which then adds to lag issues and all that kind of stuff. But like the at-home party atmosphere of those games is really fun, and I really enjoy it.
That's the only context I could play a horror game. That's the only context
with other people.
I could play something like that. Yeah.
So you're safe, Rafa.
Sorry?
So is that because you get scared? So you like to have people around?
Yeah, I don't like horror games, so this is a really bad episode for me.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a side thing. I realized what my nightmare fuel would be is that every game, no matter what, would have dailies and map towers. Every game.
It's pretty horrible.
Because.
Towers.
Well, yeah, because I would never, ever, ever be able to finish the story missions of any games because I would always be distracted by having to finish the dailies, having to go and unlock the towers. For Breath of the Wild.
Is this why you've not played Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon?
Among other reasons. But Breath of the Wild, I literally did not even attempt any of the ancient beasts until I had gotten every single tower on the map unlocked.
Oh, Jesus.
That's just sensible.
Wow. That's not sensible. That's insane.
It was insane, and there were a couple of
to like scanned every planet for all of their minerals.
Okay.
I suffer from the same habit where I need to make myself a checklist, and especially with the old Assassin's Creed games I've been playing. And there's this thing that you think the game let you go, and then you go for all the collectibles and for all the other side stuff, but one of each of them is locked specifically in one of the later sequences or chapters or whatever. I hate when games do that. And you cannot, you have to resume the story before you get 100% the map. But
Right.
yeah,
I
think
they don't want you to unlock the map all at the start, right? That's why they try to gate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
It's like in
usually play
GTA
like
where they had the
2/3 of the
bridges
game
closed.
until the game lets you go, and then I'm having a field day with it.
Sure.
But yeah, they do that. But I need to get out of this habit where I'm making myself a checklist. Like I will not attempt anything of the main game until I've done all these things in order. So because I imagine if I played Breath of the Wild like in an organic way, okay, now I'm in the desert area and that huge beast is available for me to tackle, and like just taking things at the right pace, probably that would have been a proper experience. But I was like, okay, I reached the base, now I have to go all the way to the other side of the map because I still got things there, so I'm going to ignore this huge thing over here.
Yeah. That's the problem that I had playing it. Yeah, for sure.
This is that was a massive tangent. We're talking about Until Dawn, and suddenly we end up on
Yeah,
breathing.
so do you want to go back to that, Keith?
Breathing on Zelda,
Sorry.
or whatever that game's called. What I've Supermassive Games have made some changes to the games as they've made them. So in Until Dawn, you would just have a quick time event just kind of sprung on you,
Right.
and you could fail that, and you could ruin an entire playthrough just because you weren't expecting to have a quick time event. What they've done in the new one, A Little Hope, is there's a visual and audio cue, subtle one, to say that a quick time event is just about to happen, so you can kind of prepare yourself that you're going to have to press buttons. Whereas in the first one, I failed a quick time event just because I wasn't expecting it, and also it's one of the first games I played when I moved from Xbox to PlayStation, and I pressed the wrong button. I pressed where X would be on an Xbox controller rather than cross on the PlayStation controller, and someone died. And then I just continued playing through because I couldn't go back, because the other thing they do is forced save states. That would be something as well. There's games that don't allow you to independently save.
Yeah. How's Madame Madan going for you, Keith? You playing it with your wife?
Yeah. So we'll play some more of that later on today. And
You need two controllers for that?
How
Or
you felt,
what's the setup like?
No, just swap.
Right.
As and when
it tells you, it gives you a screen and it says swap to this character, so you can choose the character you want if you've got enough people, or you like pick two or three and it switches between. So it allows you. It's not like all of a sudden you've got to chuck the controller across and like panic.
Right.
Speaking of surprise QTEs, I learned the hard way that RE4, you're not safe even in cutscenes. You can't put your controller down to grab a beverage or something. Otherwise, you end up with Salazar throwing a knife in your throat.
Shenmue and RE4 were the main culprits, or the ones that started that. Yeah.
Games that are full of quick time events, games that don't allow you to independently save, they'd both be on my list for nightmare fuel.
Games that don't allow you to skip cutscenes are another one.
Any Kojima game?
Yeah, I was going to say a Kojima game with the inability to skip cutscenes. Was it like what was it? MGS4 was the most notorious one. It was like 4 hours of cutscenes. Like they were unskippable.
Or the worst is when you checkpoint just before a boss, and then you die, and then you start up again, and you have to watch the cutscene. You can't skip it, and then you do it 5 times, and you absolutely lose your shit.
Yeah.
Like
video games where there are just actually adverts for in-game item purchases.
2K anything.
Or Madden or FIFA.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in
The
general.
last Madden I played was Madden 96.
2K is like more of a obtuse example, though.
Oh, for God's sake. I heard that Brewdog are opening or they were going to open a bar near where my wife and I are now. I'm not going to go because it's just become the trendy. Oh, you drink Brewdog? Fuck off. Try something different. Oh, but Brewdog are really great.
But I haven't had a chance to drink Brewdog though.
Yeah, but
the reason I buy it so much
that...
is some people, a bunch of chain liquor stores have ordered it, and it's like one of my only choices for decent craft beer here.
Yeah, that's your only choice. But here, there are so many different choices that you can make. But everyone just buys fucking Brewdog and thinks they're the
Brewdog.
That would be annoying.
How I'd summarise it, Keith, is Brewdog's a beer that people who've never been into an old country pub before and never ordered an ale, and all of a sudden go, oh, I'll drink this Brewdog and I'll be trendy. Whereas, originally that wasn't the case, but now it's what people are like. Oh, I'll bring you a Brewdog. It's like, have you ever actually ordered an ale properly? Do you know that it's hand pumped? What? Hand pumped? You say? Those are the type of people who drink Brewdog.
Yeah, that's my beer nightmare. That all craft beer is suddenly made by Brewdog.
Is Brewdog the blue moon?
You drank a lot of
UK?
Brewdog early on, dude.
Is
Mikey,
Brewdog
I wouldn't
the blue
necessarily
moon
say
of the
No,
UK?
not really.
No. It's just gotten really, really. They make really, really good beers, but they've just gotten very trendy, and I think it's just been annoying to some.
So
people.
like the
their
Sam
PR,
Adams?
their PR people have been very active during the pandemic. So any kind of thing that could get a PR positive hit, they've been trying to do that, and I think that's what's also brought them to the forefront.
So it's one of those things where the product is objectively good, but the people who consume it make it unpalatable.
Yes.
That is
Yes, put it actually.
Doctor Who.
Soccer.
What did you say, Rafa?
Soccer.
Yes, yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
Hey, I didn't know this.
That's great.
The last series of Doctor Who was utter dog shit, though.
I haven't watched it yet.
It was nearly as bad as the third series of Star Trek Discovery.
Sorry, I brought up Doctor Who to a bunch of ukes.
Why would you allow someone who's obviously on the autistic spectrum to run their own station on a ship? They've obviously got the intelligence, but during a crisis, you wouldn't want someone who might respond erratically.
This is like a tangent, but I'm gonna say Tilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's an interesting character, but why you would put her in a position?
It's a result of the No Child Left Behind generation.
That's a good observation. Yeah.
I'm not saying there's not a place for her, because there was a place for Barclay and he saved Voyager. So,
yeah, but Barclay is way different than fucking Tilly, for sure.
I'm going to have loads of people saying, I hate autistic people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you put the person in a militaristic environment.
I want loads of people to have this conversation with us right now. So please, if you have any feelings about this, comment below. Yes, absolutely. I will fucking debate you. I will debate you from now until the end of time. Yes.
Comment, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you sub up.
Yeah, this is how we extend our audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Massive controversy.
No, yeah, I just feel like the last season of Doctor Who just reverted back to me very childish. I feel like they need to go back to when it first relaunched with Christopher Eccleston, and then obviously what's his name? David Tennant. They were it was, and then it's kind of that last season was not good. I wasn't.
Matt Smith was okay.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, Matt
He
Smith
was
was
nowhere
good.
near as good as Tennant. But the story, it was kind
No,
of...
he wasn't
No,
as
he
good
was
as-
he was not as good as
But
Tennant.
it was the
wasn't
story.
as-
I think it was the stories he was given.
But he also
He was
who was
okay.
who was the guy
Mario
Mario
fell
fell
asleep.
asleep like he does in the games.
who was the guy right before Tennant? Was that Smith?
Christopher
That was
Eccleston.
Eccleston.
Christopher
yeah.
Eccleston.
Yeah, so
He did one season, and he said he didn't want to be typecasted, but then he was typecasted and didn't get any other roles, so he really shot himself in the foot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be interesting right now if Evan had dressed up as Sonic the Hedgehog. Would he commit suicide right now because he doesn't like the topic?
No, he would just
jump
kiss,
off the stage.
He would just be kissing a female woman.
Because that would be creepy.
Wait, does someone say female woman? Wait, did someone say female woman? Is that?
Yes, we did. I did.
All right.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't watch any of that stuff. But this
Well,
is to
I
say
thought
that
you were
it's
going
boring.
to comment on the poor use of English.
He doesn't watch female women.
Female woman. Yeah,
Well, I
mailman.
suppose-
Mailman. Hey, I got some mail.
Mail, man.
That actually works.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's the
He-Man.
female man. Female male carrier part.
That's what it should have been. He-Man, and not She-Ra. Female woman.
Fe-Man Masters of the Universe. They use iron. Fe. Fe-Man.
He-Man.
Iron Man. Tony Stark.
You know,
know,
if you
no one
carry
had-
on with that, we're going to get a DMCA strike.
Should we
Don't-
should we
don't-
end it
Don't
right
sing
now?
for 30 seconds. No, no
it's-
one asked me what my nightmare fuel is.
What is
What
your,
is
night-
your
what
nightmare
is your
fuel,
nightmare
Evan?
fuel?
Well, if you have to ask. No, my nightmare fuel is
Pipe too small in the middle.
it just actually I am
You
legitimately I am it's funny you say that, Mikey. I'm legitimately claustrophobic. When I was about 7 years old, my mother's side of the family has a cabin in very close to Lake Superior in we call it up north Wisconsin. And the Atwoods, the family that used to live next to us, my mom and
Until they disappeared mysteriously.
until they died because they're old. They're dead now.
Oh.
The Atwoods.
They-
But
they-
we went to
They haunt the old manor.
no.
In
We
the
went
woods.
we went blueberry picking in the woods, and I got locked in Mr. Atwood's car, and even the back of the car, knowing there was plenty of space for like a 7-year-old, but the fact that I knew that I couldn't get out till they came back freaked me out, and I kicked one of his windows out to get out because I was so claustrophobic. So, yeah, being
This
stuck
is-
in a pipe.
this
with-
is blueberry
I would
picking.
Just
There's
slit my
a-
This has
throat.
nothing.
This is blueberry picking. There's
This
a
has nothing
lot.
to do with video games.
Yeah, there's a lot more to this story than what Evan
So
is
you
describing.
moved to a country where the average apartment is about the size of some American closet.
Yes.
about-
Fuck! I just spilled beer on my apron. I hope you're happy. All
To
of
get
you.
over your fear.
Yeah.
get
To get
over
over
your
my fear. This is
Oh,
just
okay,
a
all right.
this is just a test. I'm testing myself.
Mm.
I'm almost at 10 years. I think I'll be able to stick the landing.
All right.
Evan in Japan smashing windows together.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. My one of my fears is being stuck in an elevator during an earthquake. To be honest with you, but it hasn't happened yet.
Oh no, he moved to Japan because he knows that at any given moment, if he's too claustrophobic, he can burst through a paper wall.
What is it? What is it? Is it the
I could
Kool-Aid
legitimately
man now?
probably. Hey, kids, drink Kool-Aid. I lost the accent halfway through that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, we need I need a pick me up. Oh, what's that? Oh, this is a really small mushroom, by the way.
Oh.
So that's what the kids are calling it these days.
That was really gross.
We grew up calling it a peeper.
Gaming nightmare fuel. Not so much now if you're into cloud saves, but having your save data corrupted or erased
Yeah.
is quite
Yeah.
a
Oh,
gaming nightmare
yeah.
of fuel. The earliest I can remember to where a save being corrupted meant something was, well, not corrupted rather, but erased was. I was playing Banjo-Kazooie for the N64, which is might be a better game. Playing it now on the Super Mario All-Stars collection, Banjo-Kazooie might be a better game than Mario 64, only because Mario 64 existed before it, and Rare had something to build on. But I made it all the way to Gruntilda, the last boss, and my friend Memo, he wanted to borrow the game, so I lent it to him. I don't know why. I was right at the end of the game. And some time passed. This was, what, 7th or 8th grade, maybe? He finally gives me the game back. He's like, sorry. It's always the cousin. It's always the younger fucking nephew that comes over. My nephew came over.
When he can't disown.
Yeah, the one he can't disown, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. Family's family, right? At least not when you're young. When you get older, you can separate yourself. Just move to another country. Then you don't have to talk to your family anymore.
Right.
But my Memo's nephew deleted my Banjo-Kazooie save, and I never beat that game. Because, I mean, I just never... that was it. I was done. I wasn't going to go through the entire game again. And it was probably the accident of enter, are you sure? Oh, cancel, boom. Game's done.
Yeah.
Nothing can be done about it. And, yeah. That actually... I had quite a scare with Ghost of Tsushima as well, where I started the game, and I was about 30-some hours in on the second part of the island. I woke up at the beginning of the game after you get saved from the beach assault. You wake up with, like, none of your samurai gear or your anything. So, like, 32 hours in, I press start, I press load, and I wake up at the beach in the beginning of the game, like, what the fuck happened? No, this can't be true. And then I restarted, and it happened again. I was on my Japanese PSN account, and what happened is then I reset it. I went to my US account, and it loaded my US save, but I was sweating for quite a bit. Nice. But yeah, either corrupted or accidental or memory card corruption saved erases. That shit is absolute nightmare fuel. I'm guessing at least one person on this... One of these pundits here has had this happen to them.
I was at 87% completion for Metroid Prime 3. Oof. And my Wii bricked.
The entire thing.
Wow.
The entire thing bricked. Like, it is... And when I tried to get it fixed or whatever, I was one of those, like, super rare... Because they're like, these things never brick. Nothing happens to these. And it was so sad because it was one of the... launch ones that had like 3 zeros in front of it. It was one of a super early serial number, and it was one of the ones that all the hackers loved because it didn't have the extra DRMs and stuff like that, and it just died. I was so upset because I was like, a console, like the first console I had ever bought new, like stayed up in line to get my name at a GameStop to like get number one. Like it was the first console I'd ever done that for. And it died, and I was so upset.
That's very sad.
So Mikey,
I still haven't beat that game because.
But if they release the trilogy again, on the Switch, would you take a crack at it again?
Oh, absolutely.
Finally?
I mean, I bought the Metroid Prime trilogy disc. I went out a couple years later and bought that trilogy disc at a one of those the pre-Black Friday sales.
Sure.
I bought that and Xenoblade Chronicles when they were both $40 a piece. Like
remember...
new stock found, but like, oh no, they were used, but they were still in cellophane, and we're like, oh come on, like
refurbished.
No, like there was a whole back before they released the second batch of the Xenoblade Chronicles, there was a big conspiracy theory that someone in GameStop had taken a whole bunch of the new discs because they have to sell a new product at retail price. They can only sell it at retail price. But sure. A used thing, they can sell it at market value. And so there was a whole conspiracy theory that they took several hundred or several thousand of the Xenoblade Chronicles discs, opened them, and then they were used now. And so they could sell them at the inflated prices because they had gotten up to like over $100 for the used discs.
That's just capitalism in action. So I've got no problem with that. Following on, bricking consoles made me think video game nightmare fuel. Another console launch like the Xbox 360.
How was that for you guys? Because I wasn't part of that.
So I had the Red
didn't
Ring
buy
of
one.
Death. I had the Red Ring of Death
You did?
3
Oof.
times.
Are you
3 times. 3 different consoles.
How many of
Wow.
those were serviced for free versus what you had to
All
pay?
of them.
For free?
So yeah, so I got
Oh,
the
thank
first
God,
one,
yeah.
it Red Ring of Death, sent it off, got a new one back, that Red Ring of Death, and then sent that back. They got another one, that Red Ring of Death,
Holy shit! That is.
and then so I got
the
another
Xbox
one,
3, the Xbox
which I
360
immediately
as well.
traded in for one of the newer models.
Nice.
You have as much luck with 360s as Mitch has with The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
that's pretty bad. 3 Red Rings of Death. That's,
I just thought
that's
of
nightmare fuel.
Mitch's updated video game Nightmare Fuel. He can only play card-based games.
Ooh,
Nice.
you're gonna love Metal Gear Acid.
There
Yeah.
you go. Buy that game.
Hilariously, that is the only Metal Gear game I have beaten
Oh wow, you are definitely in the minority on that one.
because I was on a very long Boy Scout road trip and someone had a PSP, and that was one of the games they had, Metal Gear Acid.
Right, so Dan's
good,
got
though.
bored
That's
and
good.
dropped out. Either that or his mask has eaten his face.
Wait, no, either that or he has to drive his wife to the hospital because his baby is being born.
That is a very real possibility.
That's a ludicrous notion. Dan wouldn't leave the show for that.
You know, actually, you're
might.
right.
The
You're right.
nightmare fuel is that you're called to take her to the hospital after you've put 6 away.
I never knew Metal
There you
Gear
go.
Acid existed. I'm looking at it and I'm
And
kind
there's
of
an
blown
Acid
away.
2 as well. That was like
Yeah.
cell
Really?
shaded, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It is.
Metal Gear Acid 1 and 2.
It's like a card-based Metal Gear Solid game, yeah.
So,
Like,
should we
Yeah.
should we call it?
Yes. And you can go to
Show-wise,
sleep.
sure. Yeah.
This has been an hour and 12 minutes.
Hey, it was me the whole time, actually. Hey, wahoo! Here we go. What else does he say? Oh no!
let us all get going.
Wahoo!
It's just sad without the hat. Actually,
Yeah, it is.
it's quite sad.
But it is what it is.
I hope the music's playing. By the way,
I've got two bumpers now.
I've got two Mighty Jump and Froze. And there's no Dan. Oh.
Did he come back?
He's back.
It came.
Yeah, he's here. He's back.
Yeah, he came back,
he switched. He switched from phone to PC or PC